Hi, welcome to the small shed. This Saturday we're starting yet another big build. See you in a minute. Right now I'm already up to my neck in the guitar build, which is pretty extensive. I did mention when I started that I was going to have two big builds on the go. This one is big, not in so much in complexity, although there is a certain amount of thinking to be done and sorting out to be done first, but purely and simply in size. So I think most of it's going to be done outside, possibly on the MW1000 workbench, depending on the weather, or in the conservatory. And it's the new bunk bed for my grandson. It's going to be 1.5 metres high, 4'6" high, 8 foot long, and standard bed width is I think 900mm, so it's about a metre wide. So there's no way in the world it's going to be assembled in here. So let's start off, like I always do, with the model and some drawings. So here's the next project. It's a London Boss bunk bed that I've been looking at with some sort of ideas. Now these things are very nice, but unfortunately tend to be coming out at the thick end of £4 if you get the really posh ones, and I want to make a really posh one. And I found some drawings on the internet, as usual, of a London route master. I've got the dimensions of the bunk beds, how they normally work, and I'm just starting to sort of work my head around how much compression I need in various, or expansion in various aspects of this, because you couldn't just get a bunk bed inside a double-decker bus model easily, because it wouldn't work in proportion with bed mattresses. But I've blown that up to a large front, back and two sides. I know that the bunk beds that you purchase are about 2.4 metres long, and that would work well with a sheet of MDF or ply, and 2.4 metres because a bed is about 1.9 for a mattress, and you need a stair at the back to get up to the upper bunk. That's how they work these, rather than having an external ladder. They're about 1.5 metres high, the ones that you buy, 1.4. This is again about 1.35, so it's not far out height wise. Width, I know a mattress is 900, so it's going to need to be at least a metre wide. This is only about 700 or 800, so I know that it's got to stretch widthways, but not, well, 20-30% probably. So the first thing I've done is to take that and cut out that middle bit of the section to make it like the normal traditional route masters. That gets me down to pretty much where I want to be with the length 2.4. That's about right for a sheet of ply or a sheet of MDF. What I'd like to do is have some storage underneath the bunk, if I could, the bottom layer bed, that you can pull out a couple of drawers on runners. So that might be a way forward, and again that's really why I'm getting into my usual thinking about planning, drawing, model, and then on we go. I've cut a piece of MDF, bit of scrap that I was using for the pencil burn and drilling into and all sorts. That's cut down roughly to 1.9 metres in 1:10 scale, 900 wide in 1:10 scale, and 150mm thick in 1:10 scale. It's 180 actually, but that will do. That gives me a rough idea of where the bottom bunk would sort of sit if I did that, just slightly above the wheel level, and then that'll give me the room for the drawers underneath. And then on the top deck again, you can have that same position there, which will leave you the sides. They do those in half relief on the commercial ones, so that there are two layers of MDF. One has got the window cutouts on and one behind it is solid, and on the bottom floor they're all open. Problem comes, as I mentioned earlier, with the width. That is far too fat to go within the bus, but that's not really an issue. We can stretch that out. It shouldn't look too stupid. It doesn't on the commercial ones. So I'm going to now get my head around how they've put it together, because they're using, rather than using upright posts of timber, which you would normally do with the bunk bed, they're using two layers of plywood or MDF. And what they're doing with 18mm is they're putting one layer and then they're overlapping it like that and having a join on the inside down there, and then you'd have a join here, but the other piece going up above it will go on higher, and then you'd have another piece on there, so it all becomes almost like one sheet. I could cut this out of one sheet of MDF or ply and cut a side out or make two sides. It's going to give me two problems. Firstly, it's going to be incredibly heavy, and I'm getting older and less able to swing these things around. It's going to make it much more difficult to handle, and it's going to be a bit of a nightmare when you come to take it anywhere, to transport it, to get it re-erected and take it upstairs or anything. So I'm going to go along with what the people who do this for a living, I'm going to copy what they've done and have these things in effectively 4 pieces per side, I think, so that I'll be working with pieces that are about 2.4 long by, loosely speaking, 600 to 900 wide, and even that isn't going to be small, but it will at least be something I can handle on my own. I need to sort that out so I can get a cut list done, because again, I'm not in a position to be able to lug 4 or 5 sheets of 18mm ply or MDF onto the roof rack in the car at a do-it-yourself place. I'm best to go and get it cut into pieces, and then I can carry it much more easily. So that's the point of getting myself onto this procedure I often do of a model. It's not just for the sake of doing it, it's so that I can understand how this thing is put together, make something which will be safe and supporting, and how it will be in terms of fitting on a sheet of standard MDF or ply, and roughly how many I'm going to need as a result. So that's the project. The actual sorting out I will do rather than do it in front of a camera, because it'll take forever. I was going to get some card to make my little model up, and did my usual trick of going down to our local recycling place, and for once they hadn't got any card. I've had in the past some nice corrugated card sheets which are about 10p each. But what I did come across, and which I've been fighting the desire not to use for something else, but I can't think of anything at the moment, is a 2.4 metre long piece of veneered ply, which is 300 odd mil wide. So if I were to cut this up into pieces which are 240 long by 120 deep, that will give me a 1/10 scale sheet of plywood. They're 2 mil thick, which will give me an 18mm, loosely speaking, thickness of whatever it is, ply or MDF. I'm going to cut that up, mark out my plywood panels, cut them out into standard sheets of 8x4 244 by 1220 and lay out what I think I need, and then I'll cut those out and effectively make a small 1/10 scale model of the bunk just to see how it all works, and then we can move on from there, because there's a lot of things like support underneath the thing I'm going to need to work out, and I'm going to need to work out how these drawers will work without weakening the structure. This is once again demonstrating where this project is going to be difficult. This piece of timber is 2.4 long. I've put it up against the wall at the far end. I've got less than 300mm on this end. So dealing with pieces 2 and 3 times as deep as that and working on them in here is not going to be easy. I suspect that most of the work is going to be carried out outside, and I shall be using the MW1000 clone workbench wherever I can, I think, on that, just to see how that performs in an environment like this, where I just can't really work with a normal, inverted commas, shed. Right, I've just glued it up, so crude and ugly as it is, it's taught me pretty much what I wanted it to do. It's shown me that I can't get this storage idea. I wanted to make some drawers under the middle bit there, because I don't think there's going to be enough depth, and I'm also worried that it might weaken that frame on that side such that there's no support really to the bottom mattress. I can possibly get away with something in the back where the steps are going to be. Entrance would be through there for the little lad. There's a hole in a back bulkhead. I've put some intermediate bulkheads to support the mattress, which keep the thing off the ground, and then we can just fit the wheels in to suit as we want to. It's given me the layers that I need to show me how to cut those out, so that like that'll be cut out, the windows will be cut out upstairs. I will leave the vertical pillars in the downstairs windows, but I'm taking them out at the moment just because I wasn't sure how the spacing would work. But that's pretty much how it's going to go, I think, with the mattress again upstairs. And what it's also showed is that really the bunk bed itself is like that. There'll be a mattress there, and there'll be a mattress at the higher level with, I think, about 500mm, 500 or 600mm between. 500. I think that it will, the upper mattress will be sitting on supports there, and cross members, probably slats from IKEA or something, and this is more or less a cosmetic addition on top, just a front and a support there. So it's been very useful in that how I can sort of start to understand how it all fits together. Obviously a lot of this work here will be made out of offcuts, new grille and lights and things like that. The wheels the same, but it's also shown me that I'm going to need 6 sheets of MDF, and I can get a rough idea now from this as to how I want them cut to get these staggered inner and outer portions that will clip together to make it fit together. So all in all, well worth what, 2 afternoons work, just to sort of visualize and see what I've got. Well, I hope that was of interest. It's certainly got me pretty much all I needed to know so that I can start and get materials ordered and cut to size, and hopefully next time we're dealing with this one we'll be actually cutting timber and making templates for routering out windows and things. Look forward to seeing you next week when I have something different. See you then. Bye!